Garfield. Let me start over. Garfield, quit it! I just unpacked everything. You're not supposed to eat it yet. I want to play some ball before lunch, Garfield. Garfield, stop it! No, stop! Garfield! Oh, hi everybody. This is John Arbuckle. Yes, I'm the guy who takes care of a big flabby cat. That's my cat, Garfield. He's always hungry. And I've been trying to keep him away from the food. But Garfield just can't resist. All he likes to do is just sleep and eat. How do I get rid of him? I know. Perhaps I should hire somebody to make sure all the food is completely safe and secure, and Garfield can't get any more bites from him. Yeah, that's right. I'll need to hire somebody to get the food away. A security guard with stuff. Garfield, stop it! Oh, stop! Oh, sorry guys, I have to go. I'll leave it to this other man to help. I'll leave it to this other man to help you with it. To help you with this idea. Phew! What was that all about? Oh, hi everybody. This is Black Rhino Ranger. John Arbuckle just came in and he was just explaining to me what's going on. So in case you can't tell, Garfield is about to get his hands on some of this food me and John have just put out. And man, Garfield is so impatient when it comes to the foods. Let's see, we have lasagna, we have this big bacon and cheeseburger, we have pizza, a hot dog, everything. All the types of food Garfield would be into. So, okay, so for this challenge, all you gotta do is just request me any character you want holding onto the food while trying to keep it away from Garfield. Think you could do that, fellas? Great. But if you have nothing to request, just ask me any question. And if you like, you can send in a rule-free or theme-free request. So, and one more thing, if you're going to do a free request, label as draw now or draw later if you want me to either draw it while on the live stream or off screen. So, all right, fellas, let's keep this food away from that flabby tabby. All right, let's see what's the first one we got. Oops, selecting something wrong. Where is it? Where was it? Here it is. That's funny. It's usually when it comes to these creatures, they're the thieves. They're not the protectors. They themselves are the thieves. There we go, fellas. We have a rapid trying to make sure Garfield doesn't get the lasagna. which is Garfield's favorite food. I'll call them off screen. All right, who's next? Let's see. Thankfully, Garfield would only go after the food. He will not go after the mice. And in case you don't know, fellas, Garfield does not like to eat mice. This was explained in both the comics and even in the TV shows. For example, the episode when there's an episode where Garfield tries to run away from when a mice intrudes the place, and then Garfield is like, no, I don't. He's like, see, the mouse shows Garfield that cats eat mice. It said so. And Garfield's like, not this cat. I chase hamburgers. They're easier to catch and their taste much better. A cat that doesn't eat mice. Well, this gives me an idea. So he ends up calling all his friends over, and then John, typically isn't happy about it. So he demands Garfield to take care of the mice. Why do I have to get the mice? I'll mess up the dinner. So then Garfield tries all sorts of tactics to try and get rid of the mice, like dress up as a mouse, which attract a lot of other cats. And there's even a moment where goes for a trap. Unfortunately, it all fails, and John ends up with only one dish. It was like this avocado soup thingy, stew thing. But Garfield doesn't like it. But then he then has an idea, gives it to the mice. They all tried it, and you never told me you had rat poison. Okay, that's Jerry taking the turkey for yous. Wait. Just let me just. What was the first? Maddie, who's is that an actual character? Is this Let me have a look. Oh, it's from the what was it again? The Back to the Outback. That's it. I haven't seen the film yet, so don't tell me about it. Let's see. Oops. That wasn't supposed to be in there. You know what? This sign is getting in the way, so Of course, the inland tapir is shown to have the highest amount of venom of any snake. So if you ever come across it, get out of there while you still can. I used to think the king cobra was the highest venom, and I'm living in a country that actually has a king cobra. The other closest is a black mamba, but no, the inland tapir has the highest amount of venom of any snake. Now, people debate whether or not a Sydney funnel web spider or a Brazilian wandering spider are the most venomous spiders in the world. Oops, that wasn't supposed to be. Yeah, it's more like it. Let me just color the eyelashes a bit. There we go. He's the inland tapin. Oh, was it typin? Or how do you pronounce that thing? Is it typin or tapin? It's not easy to pronounce. I mean, anyways, what was I? Okay, this one is this one's an off-screen request. All right. So what's the other one? He's another bless the hearts request. Okay. Wait, what was I again? It's not just any burger. It's a burger with bacon, eggs, cheese, and ketchup. Now that's my kind of burger. Even though I rarely take ketchup, and I usually go with the buns, and since I'm in a country that's mostly mostly ruled by a certain religion. I mean, the moon is of a bit of a hint, and I usually have beef bacon. Or beef streaky. Oops. Slippery hands. Thankfully, my chair managed to catch the pen. Actually, not every character has to have the food on top of their heads. They can always just find some space for... Oops, that was the wrong layer. And instead of, let me just do this for a quick moment. I'll show you what I mean later. how come usually adult animation often has very cheap looking animation? Most adult cartoons I know usually resolve around cheap looking animation. I'm not saying all do. I mean, there's Primal that the animation looks really expensive and sort of breathtaking, at least. But something like Family Guy, which has a lot of limited anime, utilizes on limited animation. What was it? South Park using the cutout animation style, 70 employees, which is usually done within over 70 employees, at least back in the past when I learned about South Park. They're usually done within just a week. There's really any animation by, and then there's 12-ounce mouse, which is meant to look like a kindergarten, like a sort of a kindergarten type of drawing. Most animation for adults is kind of like that, while most animation for kids ends up with like they have a bigger budget and are a bit more lively, like SpongeBob. Not all, of course. There are still some that do utilize unlimited animation, but there are some kids programs that do make a good use out of some of their limitations. I mean, My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic uses flash animation. I think they used it very well. With the glitter and stuff. There should be a I'm not sure what the animation for Bless the Hearts is like, but some would say it does have a bit of a Family Guy or type of feel. I mean, BoJack Horseman and Rick and Morty, they also use a bit of an Adobe Animate type of feel. But Rick and Morty does look like it has a bit more of a budget with the sci-fi elements and stuff. Yes. I mean, adult anime, usually some people are not too bothered by the animation, and sometimes the animation gives the adult animation a bit of character. But some people wish there were more adult animation that has a bit more of an artsy style, that has a bit more of an art to their animation and styles. I think the Gossip Midnight. I think that Gossip animation made by the same guy who made Adventure Time did something like that. I haven't seen it, but it does look like it has a lot of trippy animation, and I should probably take a peek at it someday. Oh, I forgot one more important detail. Yeah. Okay, we got the burger, we got the spaghetti, the lasagna, and the turkey done. What other creatures to make sure they Offscreen? Fourth break. Taking the pie. Why off screen? I mean, I got the pie on screen. Okay. I'll draw another. If it's off screen, then I'll draw another pie. All right. Let's see. Wait, an Arabian bird guarding the guarding something from Britain. Here's a I know Garfield was like made in the 80s. Yeah, the like here's Garfield and Garfield and Friends, and back then they didn't have a lot of well-established celebrities, and they didn't have a lot of well-established celebrities, and Gilbert Gottfried was just becoming a bit of a rising star with something like Beverly Hills Cop 2 and Aladdin. But imagine if Gilbert Gottfried was ever in a Garfield-related project. Imagine the scenarios. Imagine a character played by Gilbert Gottfried in a scenario with Garfield. What would it be like?
There we go, fellas. The parrot is guarding the fish with a bit of fries to go along.
Let's see here. What else do we have? Which type of Mikey? Is it the... Oh, never mind. Let's see.
Not need a monster in the main thing like Kirby.
Is that weird thing that looks like a penguin? Anyway, there was a moment when I remember, Careful, King Dedede, because Garfield is coming right back at you. Now, one thing for sure is that even though Garfield is a heavy eater, there are some things that he will not touch. For example, he doesn't like coconut candy. This was established in the episode where Garfield, for some reason, keeps randomly sneezing. And when Giron was about to go on a date with Liz, the vet, Garfield, he's like, here's check out this box of candy I got for her. Puh, coconut, yuck. It actually reminds me, I'm not a huge fan of coconut myself. I mean, but the thing is, my grandma, on my dad's side of the family, she would not stop bringing me coconut candy. It was like bounty. I always keep receiving bounty bars from her, and I never liked the taste. But yet every day she kept giving it to me until her passing in 2015. I've only got one grand relative left. And she's like the oldest in my family. Doing the best to take care of her. Even if it means I have to get out of my my usual room. Where she's sleeping right now is where I usually do my work and stuff. But because she's staying with us, I'm forced to work someplace else. Not exactly the best connection, but it's the best I got, and we are taking care of her as much as we can because I always like to put my family first over my work. And this also means I don't do a lot of this also means I don't do a lot of gaming, and I spend a lot more time on my computer than I do on gaming. Occasionally I do game, but that's usually to work out some stress, but even then I still like to spend more time on my computer. King DDD's got the dumplings. Now what? This one's an off-screener. Okay. Okay. Any style, huh? Here's a little rock. What's your favorite pizza topping? It's usually pepperoni, but sometimes I like to add in a little bit more to that. I like to add in a bit of sausage and a bit of extra, a little bit of extra meat of any kind. Why, miss, can Scooby-Doo guard the hot dog? Sure, Scooby-Doo can guard the hot dog, but first I gotta have Michelangelo over here guard the pizza. I bet he's gonna have it for himself, dude. He's not even gonna let his brothers get some. Hey, Mikey, you got some of that pizza? No, Raphael. I'm just grabbing myself, my skateboard. Yeah, that's it. I'm just grabbing my skateboard out to the park. Okay. At this moment, Sensei is just about to teach us something value. Oh yeah, right after the lessons. Then we can go skateboarding. Now that's the spirit in Mikey. I'm trying my best to do a little something that might be for Ninja Turtle. Trying to think about what to do that's Ninja Turtle related, and if it suits. I don't know what I'm saying actually. A little fun fact, fellas. The Ninja Turtles have met Garfield before. And there was a comic strip that was made by both Jim Davis, the creators of Garfield, and was it Peter Laird or Kevin Eastman or whoever who did the Ninja Turtle parts of the comic. And in that comic, Garfield basically pretends to be a Ninja Turtle, and so he uses a pizza cutter as his weapon, and but then suddenly his plan got jeopardized when Odie came in, wearing a turtle shell, but not right. So, oh yeah, and to make sure this is Michelangelo. There you go. Just hiding the pizza, man. Hope that flabby cat doesn't get it. Anyways, what was I? Okay. This bit is for later. Yeah, there was like I said many times, there was a time when Scooby, of course, would definitely eat something meat related, but there are times when I question whether or not he should have Scooby snacks, because according to the Scooby. According to Shaggy, the Scooby snacks are 100% vegetarian, and this makes me think these are not good Scooby snacks for Scooby. These are not good snacks for Scooby. I mean, he's a canine, and Scooby has as far as I'm aware, dogs are barely omnivorous. They should eat some sort of meat, otherwise they're missing out a very important part of their diet. If you're keeping a dog, I recommend just plain raw meat. That's what my sister gives for her dogs. Also, it doesn't make things better when there was an episode of, I think it was Scooby-Doo and Guess Who, which guest stars Sia, a vegan, and Scooby actually does try something vegan. Of course, Shaggy would definitely eat something vegan, because Casey Kasem, the original voice of Shaggy, was a vegetarian, and he was opposed to the idea that Shaggy was a heavy eater, at least on a meat stand. So they agreed to make him a vegetarian. But like I said before, there are times when I question whether or not there are times when I question on Shaggy's decision on what was going on with the behind the scenes, because there are some early Scooby-Doo episodes where it looks like Shaggy is eating something meat related, like, I'm so scared, I wish I had a ham sandwich right now. Hey, well, a ham sandwich. Like it could use some mustard. Well, at least it must be part of my imagination, or otherwise I'll be scared stiff. And there was even one moment when he's like, somebody brought in a hamburger. Why, that sure makes me hungry. Casey, isn't the hamburger thing what made you want to quit being the voice of Shaggy in the first place? Like I said, in the 90s, he was offered to voice Shaggy in a Burger King commercial, but he was so offended by that decision, he quit being the voice of Shaggy, and it wasn't until 20, I think it wasn't until 2002 when they decided to make Shaggy. They agreed to make Shaggy a vegetarian again, and Casey Kasem then returned. And then when Casey retired as the voice of Shaggy, he did play his father in Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated, and Shaggy gets to eat regular burgers instead of vegan ones. And when he tried the vegan burgers, he did not like it. And sometimes I'm often scratching my head on that part. It's saying something when Casey Kasem's reason to leave as the voice of Cliffjumper and Bluestreak in G1 Transformers is a lot more reasonable than his reason to leave as the voice of Shaggy. And in case you don't know, in Transformers G1, where he used to voice Cliffjumper and Bluestreak, he was offended by the way the Southwest Asians were portrayed in Generation 3. They made up a fictional country called Karbambia. And he was also a bit of an activist. He got so offended, he left Transformers. And Cliffjumper didn't make an appearance after that. Even though he is one of the surviving Autobots from the Transformers 1986 movie. Because of Casey's departure from Transformers, they should have killed Cliffjumper off if they ain't gonna use him again. That is one massive hot dog there. And Scooby-Doo's gonna defend it. Okay, wait, where was I? Oh, yes, I had to draw, earlier I had to draw something that was, related to Ninja, that was not only Ninja Turtles related, but something Rob Paulson had a hand in. I mean, like he not only was he the voice of Raphael in the 1987 Ninja Turtles, he was also the voice of Donatello in the 2012 series, and he was also the voice of one of the Foot Clan members in Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and he was also a voice director. Now, because I don't have a good clue on what a 2 on now, since I of course am doing this in 2D, I'm rather than doing the Jimmy Neutron style, I'm doing the when he stepped into the world of Fairly Odd Parents, because it's a lot easier. I think there was a moment when Carl did get a bit annoying. Like it was in the episode when he gets a girlfriend, but then he pretends to be a genius, well, Jimmy Neutron has to pretend to be the dummy. And then, unfortunately, he gets a little bit ahead in himself, and he becomes a bit of a tyrant when pretending to be the boy genius. It's basically Jimmy Neutron's take on the SpongeBob episode "I'm Was Stupid." Now, here, not a lot of people enjoy that episode. Oof. What am I? Sorry, my back is a bit aching. There we go, fellas. We have, let me just color his arm. So here we go. We have Carl Weezer holding the croissant. I need to see that episode. Anyways, what was I? Let's see, anything, okay, I'm out of, let's see, your super chat, I said it wrong before. Oh, okay, so, what was that, where was that, where was your super chat again, uh-oh, I kind of lost it now. I mean, the comment section is so, can you repeat that? I need to, it's the pie. Can you just type in that request again? Because I kind of lost it. Where was it again? Let's see. Okay, I'm just waiting for that guy to give me that request, because he's made a mistake of off screen, but I have to draw. No, okay, I just need to wait for the guy to reply with the. Okay, I remember now. It's faux break. I thought it was for break or foul break. Was it the pie one? All right. Let me just Hey, it kind of looks like a half of. That guy kind of looks like a half of Cabal. Oh wait, let me just double check on the thing. It kind of does, but with the there actually there are two versions actually. There's one version with this dystopia, and the other is Vivera. I'll go with the There's a little transparent thing. I'm not sure what that leads to. I don't think I'm doing it right. Now, because there's a bit of a, I think there was a bit of a. Oh wait, never mind. I just realized something. So I'm just gonna draw just this. I'm just gonna draw. Yeah, I think that's about it. It's none of the Incredibox characters have a full body. Yeah, I'm just doing a little improvising. Oh! You're not supposed to see that. Oops! Oh, dang it! There goes the surprise. Oh no! Sorry. Oh. Oh dear. Pretend you didn't see that, fellas. Pretend you did not see that. Yeesh. Sorry. Anyways, let's see. Okay, Yeah, the thing that looks like a groovy monkey. So what was he supposed to keep away? Oh yeah. It's kind of yeah, it's kind of weird that yeah, Banana Splits, which was based on a kids show, is being brought back as something to be feared by. and then there's and it may have also inspired it. I think it was thanks to Five Nights at Freddy's that inspired the Banana Splits movie. But then it also inspired Willy's Wonderland, and now we're getting another movie that's based on the that has the child characters being turned into a horror. We're having a Winnie the Pooh version and coming soon. A Winnie the Pooh horror slasher movie is also coming soon. And I'm about as surprised as you are. Isn't Winnie the Pooh supposed to be a character of innocence? Why would he go on a murdering spree? What's next, Tom and Jerry? He'd be having an R-rated slasher film, and Tom thinks that everybody around him is Jerry, and thus he goes on a murderous rampage, killing everybody in a cartoony but bloody style. Someone once said to me that it'll be a much better film than the Tom and Jerry 2021 movie. Would it? Yeah, come at the banana split if you can, otherwise you might be split in half. Admittedly, I never saw both the movie. I've only seen a review of somebody's Banana Splits movie, and I never saw the original '60s show. Oh, it I and oh, I don't think I'm. Well, let me just edit this bit for a minute. Wait, oops. Where did I put that monkey? There he is. He got the banana split, member gang, the banana split. All we got left is a nice big chocolate cake, a taco, a club sandwich, a stack of pancakes, and some gelatin. Now what else do we got? Ooh, Okay, let's see, thank you for that. I'll get to that off screen. So, okay, what's your thing? Okay, it's on Discord. Let me just, find that on Discord. Surprised how I'm quickly to draw these characters within, okay, so I'm just waiting, alright, let's see. Let's see, Blitz, does he, okay, this one's a tough one, alright, what, this thing kinda looks like a zebra. Oh, this is a double, okay. One strange thing about Pokemon is that although some of the Pokemon are definitely based on some animals, the Pokedex describes them as kind of something else. For example, Horsea definitely looks like a seahorse, but according to the Pokedex, it is described as a dragon Pokemon. Um, um, the other one is trying to think. The other one I think is Snubbull. It definitely looks like a dog, but according to the Pokedex, it's a fairy Pokemon. There's of course they want to be a little bit more creative with what they're saying and not be too obvious about what they're right. Some do have an obvious. Some do have a bit of an obvious description. Also by the looks, like a Meryl, according to it, it is an aqua mouse Pokemon, and for good reason, because it definitely does look like a mouse. There was Mudkip, of course, is a mud. According to the Pokedex, is a mudfish Pokemon, and it actually does look like it's a mud and a fish, a mud fish, like a mud skipper. Yeah, and of course, it's best known for the meme of
Mud, kip, mud, kip, mud, kip.
I actually remember that when I was a kid. My sister showed it to me, and I did use that Mudkip meme for one of my videos back in early 2011. I think it was like 2 years old, that meme, or a little earlier, but I do remember that moment. I wanted to do my own version of. I remember somebody once did a SpongeBob version where instead of saying "Mud Kid," they have SpongeBob and Patrick like duh, yeah, duh, yeah, duh, yeah. And my version was supposed to be from Potter Puppet Pals, because back in 2008 or 2009 I was kind of into the Potter Puppet Pals craze at the time. It was slowly dying out because I was getting more into other things, but I did have an idea for a Potter Puppet Pals version of that. Where they do the mud kip mud kip mud kip mud kip, and then I show Harry and Ron saying bother 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 bother, and then it plays a clip where they bother Snape like bother 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 bother, get off. Wow. So what was I again? Oh yeah. This person is highly interested in. Apparently, the person who requested me not only has a high interest in Timmy Time, but also has a high interest in the Page Master. I remember that's why the character is dressing up as Richard Tyler. I actually remember watching that as a kid, and it was Yeah, I was watching it in my cousin's house. They had a VHS. It was one that had Patrick Stewart as the adventure book, Whoopi Goldberg as the fantasy book, and Frank Welker as the horror book. And one of the traumatizing things I remember from that movie was the Dr. Jekyll part, played by Leonard Nimoy, and when he transforms into you know who, he's like they're like Dr. Jekyll, Dr. J. My name is Mr. Hyde. That scared me as a kid. This dragon kind of scared me a little bit, but not as much as Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It was horrifying, and I think that was my introduction to Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Actually, no, that wasn't my introduction. I was actually introduced to Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde through this Looney Tunes cartoon where Daffy had a bad case of hiccups. Oops. His hiccups are so strong that he keeps jumping because of the hiccups. So he asked the doctor to try and cure them. So the guy comes up with a potion to transform himself into a monster, and then he proceeds to scare Daffy, and it worked. But then Daffy thought the monster ate the doctor or something, so he actually tried fighting back against the beast. There we go. We have the dog. We have a Ruffy in a Richard Tyler suit. Oops, I missed something. And that zebra Pokemon guarding the taco. And one more is the cake. What's the cake? For the... this time I'm able to do a little... This time this person has given me an idea what I can do with this one. Where is it? He's giving me... It's basically a different... and a complex character, but the person has managed to make me simplify it. Yes, I will say that I am still working on a little mini. One of my projects that I got written in one of my books, my notebooks, to remind myself of what to draw later, is to try and simplify the complex characters in a style of various different cartoons. It's usually the humans. The ones I'm going to start with are the Portal Masters from Skylanders Ring of Heroes. Since the game has closed down, there's only like 5 or 6. There's only like 6 Portal Masters. There's none for the magic, there's none for the undead, there's none for the dark, and there's none for the light. And I thought it'd be easy to... Now, first I'm gonna try and draw them in their regular styles, and then I'll redraw them in a more simpler fashion, either as the style of the DC animated universe, like Justice League Unlimited, or something a little cartoonier, like Ed, Edd and Eddy, or The Loud House. Something that's anime inspired, but not really anime, quite simplified, like The Owl House, or etc. I have I was thinking like dozen drawings, like I'm calling it like dozen drawing styles or something. That's not right. That's not right. Well, I guess this is the best I can do to have Ferdinand done in the style of the Loud House. And was it the cake? Hey, it was the cake. Looks like all we got now are pancakes, some gelatin or jelly, if you like to call it in the UK, and a club sandwich. Was there anything I missed? Okay, the heavy weapons guy. He's holding the club sandwich. Still thinking about that My Little Pony parody where he sings where somebody puts out as many different just a quick moment. I just want to look up something where Heavy was basically singing about in the style of cupcakes, cupcakes, so sweet and tasty cupcakes. Instead, it's sandwich, such moist and delicious sandwich. I'm coming for you, sandwich, 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 sandwich. It's basically just audio clips from Team Fortress 2, and they have Heavy, and they compile it like he's actually singing about it, like Heavy. How do I make sandwich? All you have to do is make a cup of flour, add the tortilla mix. No. Little sweet, not sour, little salt, just a pinch. Baking the streets is such a state. Have a teaspoon of bologna. Something like that. And a little more you come to for. Get your filler. Sandwich, so moist and delicious sandwich. I'm coming for you, sandwich. Sandwich, sandwich, sandwich. And then Scout is like, this does not just happen. And there's also a time when Team Fortress 2, they often blend in with some My Little Pony. Have some My Little Pony moments where they have Heavy's like Fluttershy's tree, and then it slaps me on the knee. If there's any I unfortunately am not able to do SWM videos because one, they're very complicated, and 3D animation is not my strong suit. And secondly, there is one video I did think about that is SFM related. It's when the I don't know if anybody is willing to do this, or if you know anybody who might help me on that, but it's basically a Team Fortress 2 reenactment of how the small soldiers, there's Chip Hazard, Butch Meathook, Nick Nitro, the Commando Elite, they all get activated for the first time under Chip Hazard's command, and they do their roll call, their sound off, like say I can imagine Heavy Weapons guy as Brick Bazooka, and I can imagine what was that? Is it the Demo Man as Nick Nitro? And of course, there's the sniper as well, the Butch Meathook, the sniper. The soldier, Chip Hazard. I'm thinking maybe the soldier should play Chip Hazard. But I'm actually having a hard time deciding who to play as Link Static or Kip Gilligan. I'm thinking maybe the Scout could be Kip Gilligan, or maybe and Link Static is probably played by should be played by probably the Spy. There is oddly enough, there's no medic in the Commando Elite. And so I don't know if anybody's willing to do that part. Do a SFM reenactment of that small soldier moment. And it is, I thought it'd be a bit of a funny idea, but I just don't know if I can do it myself. He has a big box for a pocket. Though, but I will say there was there was a time when I did use for did use Team Fortress 2 for some of my animations. I think there was a guy who used to have a role in my animations, but and he may have later become an animator become a mainstream animator. I think he used to play. He used to. I don't. Maybe. I think my mind might be a bit of a. My mind's a bit of a blur, but he did. He did play heavy weapons guy in my Crack of Chaos movie, and I think he's also a bit of an artist on some things. He used to draw an art for my Skylanders University thing, and I remember he once did an idea of what Star Butterfly would look like, and maybe it's the wrong guy. You know, I'm having a bit of a bad memory, but maybe it's the wrong guy. I might have a bad memory, but used to have a different used to draw what Star Butterfly would look like in Disney Infinity. He's also I think he's also the same guy who drew for Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles officially. He was like working there. I was like so happy that he actually managed to get a job as a mainstream animator. Here. There you go. We have a heavy weapons guy keeping the sandwich away. Now hold us left are the pancakes and the jelly. Let's see, what was it, Alright, Even though he is an elephant, it's not easy to hold a trunk full of pancakes even at this age, even as a especially at his age. While balancing. Oh, and I forgot another important thing. The There you go, fellas. We have Dumbo trying his best to make sure Garfield. He may be small, but he is definitely large enough to make sure the pancakes are safe. Guess all we have left are these delicious pancakes. Now, where was I? Oh! Hope there are no bugs in these ants. I hope there are no bugs in these pancakes. And again, oops, I wasn't supposed to say ants. Oh, I said it again. I don't think I remember seeing Amphibia having pancakes, but even in the season 3 where Anne actually does go back home to eat proper human food. But of course, since she is Thai American, I think she would prefer to share her Thai and heritage. Like there was an episode in the restaurant in the supermarket where she introduces the planters to some Thai food. There was even an episode where they attend a Thai festival. Well, all the while they have to try and make sure none of Andreas's forces ever harm the humans once they get through the portal. And at the same time, they have to make sure that the government doesn't find the frogs. Sometimes when it comes to people who are strange or quote unquote not normal, they always call in the government. And yeah, I'm actually thinking of a gag where the aliens look like they're there. They almost look so strange with the stuff that everybody just shrugs, like, yeah, we've been through. We have a lot of things on Earth are pretty odd itself. Like some people are not normal, as they say, but really nobody is normal. Everybody is different once in a while. Don't really have to call the government just because you're quote unquote different. It's I'm thinking of I think that would be a better way to satire as a bit of a satire or something. I'm just I think I might have to work on something like that or because in the past when it comes to people with different neurological conditions like autism, Asperger's, or something like that, in the past, people kept thinking that people who behave differently, whether it's high functioning autism or low functioning, the people would see it as witchcraft, and they would try to banish it. They would try to banish that spell. Now, my teacher taught me about this. Is it must be a terrible thing for those poor people of the past. Back then, we didn't understand about neurological conditions because we had no computers or technology back then. With the advent of technology and computers, now we can determine what's right, what's what, and what's something or something like that. I do have a friend of mine who does have a bit of a neurological condition, but nobody knows what it is. They say it's an invisible condition. They tried scanning. They tried scanning, brain scan. They tried some things. They have no idea what it was. It's a mystery condition, but we accepted it. Nobody truly knows what it really is. Let's say. Of course, for me, I am high functioning. Are any of you are any of you on the autistic spectrum, but high functioning or low or something else? Let me know in the comments. Looks like that's all the presented food. So, let's see, what do we have? What are your thoughts on the Amphibia finale? I will admit, it does remind me a little bit of the Transformers the movie. I mean, it's about taking out a planet. Okay, so I got at least 4 different choices of foods you can use. They can be any type of food you desire. They can be fast food, they can be international, they can be anything. I'm allowing up to 4 of these. So which one shall it be? Wait, let me just double check in case I missed anything. Nope. But, oops. There's one thing I was working on, but I'll save that off screen. I am working on it, but I'll do it off screen just to make sure. Anyways, okay. So what was it again? Okay, so what's the? Oh, okay. The steak. I don't think Kirby is wise to guard the steak. He might have it all to himself. And he'll just swallow it whole. I mean, when have you ever seen Kirby share any of his dinners? Yes, he usually just gulps the entire thing. Just color the steak because just a little reminder, all of the foods are colored, but the characters don't have to be. I can always do it off screen. I was actually debating whether or not I should draw Mega Man in the style of how he's shown in the video games, like in Super Smash Brothers, or something like the Ruby Spears cartoon. And Ruby Spears, the company who well, the people who founded Ruby Spears, they're the same people who created Scooby-Doo. They passed away in 2020. Both of them. It's very sad. I was actually surprised that William Hanna and Joseph Barbera, the creators of Hanna-Barbera, they managed to live until the 2000s. They lived to a very good age. And even then they still worked on Hanna-Barbera related projects until their deaths. I mean, when William Hanna died, Hanna-Barbera was merged with Warner Brothers, and when Joe Barbera continued to work without William Hanna. Yeah. I don't know how Kirby can protect the steak. So, oh wait, Mega Man doesn't fly like that. He doesn't have that jet. He doesn't have a jetpack thing. So he's not like Astro Boy. I keep thinking. Why did I think that? Why did I think Mega Man was like Astro Boy? That's not something I should be thinking about. Yeah, let me just have a quick look for a minute. Was there actually a death battle between Mega Man and Astro Boy, or was it I don't know. Kirby, remember your mission is to guard, not to eat. Okay, anyways, what was I? Okay, let's see, double checking on... That's funny. I thought people would be asking if he were to hold on to some steamed clams. Steamed clams. Superintendent, I hope. There was one episode where it turns out Principal Skinner was kind of a fraud, and and then there's a real principal that had the name of Principal Skinner. But then they chickened out. They didn't want to accept change, so they kicked out that old guy, and they kicked out the old guy and just have this guy again back as Principal Skinner. I think it was called Principal and the Pauper, which is based on The Prince and the Pauper, and it was one of the earlier disliked episodes. In fact, The Simpsons, while it did have a very strong start, it did have quite a number of episodes that weren't up to the standards, weren't as great as some of the later, weren't as good as some of the others. Like Bart versus Thanksgiving, I heard was one that wasn't that good. There's even there was also an episode called I think it was Some Enchanting Evening. And a lot of people say it was very inconsistent and the animation was very rubbery and not up quite alienating from how the Simpsons are. I don't know. I'm just trying to remember. I mean, I do have the episode myself. And thankfully, I also do have the Simpson episode Stark Raving Dead. Yeah, the episode that is not shown on Disney Plus, and is also out of the Simpsons down iTunes library as well. It's out of the streaming, and it's basically because the Simpsons folks, they want to disassociate themselves with Michael Jackson since the Leaving Neverland documentary aired. And they thought it's best that we don't associate with Michael Jackson anymore. That's what they said. I heard even Weird Al wanted to sort of disassociate himself with Michael Jackson ever since that documentary with the songs Fat and Eat It. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, there was a time when he said something like that, but I think he did still perform in his latest tour, the Return of the Vanity tour, the Self-Indulgent Vanity tour. I don't know. I have a bad memory, but they But I don't know actually. I still enjoy his music, and even if he quote unquote did what the kids were saying, and I always separate myself from I always separate the art from the artist. Yes, an artist can do bad things, but they still have known for some good work. Like Chris Savino, the guy who made The Loud House, he may be a bad person, but he still had a good legacy of creating a show that could rival SpongeBob SquarePants. And John Lasseter, the guy who directed the Toy Story movie and was one of the showrunners, one of the Disney runners at the time, he may be also a little bit of a creep, and it was uneasy for women, but he still had a great legacy of what he did with Pixar and stuff. So, Chatwall, are you ready for some delicious ham? I thought we were having steamed clam. No, I said steamed ham. That's what I call this ham. You called this ham steamed ham. Why does it look roast? One thing excuse me for a second. Well, that was all by all. I'm pooped. Yeah, I should probably next move on to my next request. Good lord, what's happening in that kitchen? Aurora Borealis? It's not in there, is it? Moving on. Anyways, oh, I got another one. Do you prefer getting a PS4 or an Xbox Series one day? I'm aiming for a PS5, but for now I'm just enjoying my PlayStation 4 while it lasts. There may come a day where I'll have to move on to PS5, but for now I'll just stick with PS4 for as long as I can. That thing. I remember those. Just a quick moment. I'm just trying to find that picture. It was there somewhere. So where did I... Could have sworn I've drawn it somewhere. Oh wait, found it. So it's okay, and is it, do you want V in her basilisk form or in her disguise as Lou's form? Let me know. Is it her disguise or is it just herself? Just need to know. Yeah, the basilisk form. All right. So what was it? Wait, let's see, what was it again? Now I'm very curious to what is gonna happen to... What's gonna happen to... what's her interaction with Luz when season 3 kicks in? It's a shame that it's a big shame that we could have spent a lot more time. If it wasn't for Disney's decision to shorten the se- if it wasn't for Disney's decision to cut the series short and actually allowed even a fourth season idea by allow a fourth season idea that what was it Dan had thought of, or even a regular season 3, we probably would have had Lou's show Amity, Willow, Gus, and Hunter. Small spoiler. Some ways in the human world, or anybody who has come to the human world, a way to have them interact with what is in the human world. I don't know if this helps, but perhaps you can imagine. Try watching Big City Green or the first half of season 3 of Amphibia, and imagine some of the characters from the Owl House in the shoes of Hop Pop and Polly, Sprig, Bill, Tilly, Cricket, and Cricket. Perhaps that can give you an idea of how the characters from the Owl House who end up in the human world would be like. Even the writers took a stab at Disney's decision when you decide, don't you think you'd rather have what, like, I don't know, a beach day or something? Maybe if we had time for 20 more years, 20 more adventures, but we don't. Heck, I even have this little mini series on DeviantArt, which basically showcases Luz and Amity on Earth doing their having a mundane type of date in a hotel resort on vacation, and doing usual normal stuff we do in a beach hotel resort. And I chose a beach hotel resort because not only is it my favorite type of hotel to be in, it is also when I first saw the Owl House. I'll do the patterns off screen. And the Owl House is not the only the Owl House. I'll just have one more. The Owl House is not the only show that had a shortened length. Do you want the red hair or the dark hair? Let me ask again. Do you want the dark hair or the red hair? Perhaps I should. I probably should. All right. So the other show, there are plenty of other shows I can think of that had a shortened season. One example is Ed, Edd and Eddy. When the show was originally supposed to be canceled after the fourth season, ended it with Take This Ed and Shove It, but when Cartoon Network demanded two more seasons, they had no choice but to commit to it. But then Danny Antonucci, he asked if they can replace season 6 with a TV movie instead. and that's what they agreed up with that. And however, there were two episodes of season 6 that were already in production. May I have this said and look before you end? You could say that The Eds Are Coming, and The Eds Are Coming was also a season 6 episode, but it was actually more of a special part of the Eds Are part of the Cartoon Network, and they did line up. And I'm trying to think. Another example is G1 Transformers. Do you guys know the season 4, which is basically just 3 episodes, a 3-parter called Rebirth? It was originally supposed to be 5 episodes, but then they were cut down to just 3 episodes due to low interest from the Hasbro executives. But so the writer had to rewrite the script to try and squeeze in as much as he can. I mean, it wasn't. This was not the only time Disney Transformers had a 5-parter. The other time they had a 5-parter was in the 5 Faces of Darkness, the one where they discovered the Quintessons were the creators of the Transformers many millions of years ago. Which kind of contradicts the key to the Vector Sigma thing. Yeah, sometimes Transformers likes to retcon itself. But we didn't really care. At least it was very entertaining. Nowadays we think of, I don't know, the Allspark or something else that brings Transformers to life. I mean, Transformers The Last Night did try to bring back the Quintesson. It's just, the Quintesson just looks like a regular human being. Why didn't they bring back those 5 faces? I think SpongeBob also had a shortened season. Usually they were like 20 or 26 episodes per season, but the season 10 was just 11 episodes. They used to be 13, but then they reduced to 11. There was also Transformers Prime. At one point, I remember. At one point, I remember they once said they were gonna have 4 seasons, and have a total of 104 episodes. But then they got. I think there was a bit of a budgeting problem Hasbro once had, which made season 3 reduced to just 13 episodes and a TV movie, and have them as the grand finale. And My Little Pony also once had this. They had season 3 had 13 episodes instead of the usual 26. But that wasn't a series finale. That was I'm not sure. Maybe there was a budgeting problem with Hasbro at the time. And it was also the season that made Alicorn, that made Twilight Sparkle and Alicorn. See, there are plenty of shows where, heck, Spectacular Spider-Man they were supposed to have like 5 or 6 more, 3 to 4 more seasons, but they were cut to just 2. Ooh. And Dark Crystal Age of Resistance was supposed to have at least one more season, but Netflix decided to cancel it after the first season, with just the ending with the Gartham. Okay, fellas, I think that concludes the very last this concludes the final drawing. And what does Garfield have to say about that? Ugh, all this chasing sure is making me tired. I don't know if I can keep this up any longer. I'll just go and rest on a tree and probably take a nap. I wonder how long Garfield is gonna take that nap. Well, at least it was just a tabby. It could have been so much worse. Uh-oh, I spoke too soon. Do-doom.
Oh, we're the ants who ruin your dinner when we're we are here to mess up every day. When we're around, every camper gets dinner. So if we get the chance, we will take your food away.
Oh no, it's a singing ants! Run, everybody! Never mind the flabby tat. We gotta get out of here and get all this food out of there too. And I best end this live stream before they even colonize my live stream. And we'll be back next time for another picnic basket. Actually, it's a picnic basket, because instead of keeping picnics away from flabby cats or even ants, we're keeping picnic baskets away from bears. These very, very strange-looking bears that for some reason have a hat and a bow tie. Or maybe we can go picnicking in the Stone Age that for some reason kind of acts a little modern. Right, Barney? I kind of agree with you, Fred. And maybe I can go picnic with my best buddy, Scoob. Okay. And funny enough, I do have a lot of characters from that studio drawn right here, and this kind of gives you a bit of a clue, right? Tune in on July 7th as we celebrate the anniversary of one of the biggest animation studios back in the 20th century, besides Disney. They're the same guys who made the cat and mouse cartoons, but they also managed to utilize limited animation and revolutionize TV animation. They may be limited, but there's something quite charming about them with the simplicity. And I'll see you guys then. I hope you've enjoyed this video.